Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited. As it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. That was weird. It froze up for a second there. Anyways, tonight was Friday Night Smackdown, and I thought it was a good show. I wouldn't call it great or anything, but it was very easy to watch. It flowed very well, and it scooted right by. So with all that in mind, that was a good episode of SmackDown. We did get multiple tributes to Hulk Hogan as far as the 10-bell salute at the beginning, and then the 7-minute tribute video at the beginning of the show as well. Plus, they sprinkled in little Hogan moment videos throughout the show as well. So it sounds like that might not be everything. That WWE may have more in the pipeline as far as Hogan stuff does go. We do know that WWE has already released a number of new Hogan merch. So we can go look at that right now. WWE shop. So if we go and look at that, I'll pull it up on the screen. They have the Hulk Hogan Legacy Collection. Give me 1 second. For some reason, it's not wanting to load when I click the link. Give me 1 second. But other than that, we'll get that. We'll get back to that in a second. Other than that, SmackDown was good. We got a new match announced for SummerSlam. Big old TLC match. I assume it's a 6-team TLC. Wyatt's, Andrade and Phoenix, DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. Those were all of the teams battling and what's the word I'm looking for? Brawling when Nick Aldis made the announcement. WWE has not posted that I've seen yet who's in the match, and Nick Aldis didn't actually state who's in the match. So we will see who they actually add to this match. And I had it there, and then it froze on me. The Hogan stuff. I don't know why, but WWE Shop has been running kind of weird for me. But like I said, it wasn't like a great, awesome, oh my God, you need to go watch this whole show episode of SmackDown. But if you're just looking for a wrestling show to watch, you want something now, it was a good, easy show to watch. But as we look here, and I will put a link in the description as well. Let me do that really fast. Get the new Hulk Hogan Legacy merch now. I think that, well, let me do this. / That should work. Yep. So they've got Hulk Hogan for life. This one says Hulk Hogan will live forever. And it's like, it's supposed to be like Hogan holding the a flag, I think. It's supposed to be Hogan. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Hulkamania will live forever. Hogan. Then they have an NWO, Hollywood Hogan one, where it says Hollywood for life. And they've got these ones as well. Hulk rules forever, Hulkamania forever, and then the yellow Hulkamania forever, the red Hulkamania forever. Interesting that this one's not in 2 different colors as well, since these ones are, you know. But hey, it's what they're doing. Looks like those are the only new ones. This one's pretty dope. I feel like I cut my tongue on something all of a sudden. That's weird. But this is really dope. I like the skull shirt. But yeah, these are the new ones. These 6. And they said all proceeds will be donated. 100% of the proceeds will be donated and given back to Hogan's family. So whether that's just his estate, his current wife, Sky, his kids, whoever is in charge of all that, I would assume it's his wife. But WWE did say that with selling these shirts, 100% will go back. Like, they're not keeping any of the money. 100% will go back to Hulk's family. That's what they said. So go over there, check them out, and get one or multiple for yourself. Again, there's the Hulkamania for life, which I get why they did that one in that color scheme, because it's supposed to be like a mix between Hulkamania and then NWO. I don't understand the orange on the Hulkamania. It would have made more sense if it was the actual yellow, like this shirt. But hey, whatever, to each their own. But with all of that, back over here again, like I said, good. Oh, then I closed the Twitch chat. Like I said, good SmackDown, not great, but usually for an easy wrestling show to watch, like something to put on in the background or whatever, this was your show. This was your show. Dark Angel says way too many commercials. Then what you need to do is get a VPN and watch on Netflix. Because when you watch on Netflix, yes, we do get commercial breaks at times, but if there's a match going on, we still get to watch the match. And you can watch for free. Or not for free, but as long as you got Netflix, you can do it for free. You don't need a VPN that you got to pay for. You don't need NordVPN. You don't need Surfshark. And I'll put a link to a video right now that you guys can watch and learn how to get free VPNs. Let's do this right here. Let's go VPN. And that way, you don't have to watch. And that didn't work. You don't have to watch commercials during matches. Now, if it's not during a match, then we still get not even a commercial. We just get a screen with clips of different wrestlers and just this music that's gotten so annoying. But we do have some bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. I will read in a second. But let me do this. Multiple free VPNs. Copy the link. He says, no audio, Tim. Fix it. Looks fine on my end. I mean, I could pull it up here and check. No one else is saying no audio, so it might be you, buddy. I'll pull it up on my end and check. But it might be you, because no one else is saying no audio. Let's see. Let's see. Let me go. Let me click. Oh, well, hold on. Skip the ad. Saying no audio, so it might be you. Yep, that's fine on my end. But here is the link. I got it now. The link for you guys. Get free VPNs. You guys need to get a free VPN. There you go. There you go. There you go. Anyways. Yeah, good episode of SmackDown. Easy to watch and not a bad show at all. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel, one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to help us out over on YouTube. Help us out over there by hitting the subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live, and that way you remember when we post to the community tab. Also, remember, you can help us out by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get a badge next to your name. You get emotes and emojis that you can use in a live chat in the comments section, and you get access to our graphics packages and graphics tutorials. Also, remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PWU NLIMITED, for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Today, tonight, the Fantastic Four have arrived in Fortnite, and if you want to get your hands on Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, or Ben Grimm, well, go to the shop and buy it now. And when you do, you go to the bottom of the shop, it asks if you have a creator code, and you do. It's PW Unlimited. It works on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Switch 2, your phone, your tablet, your computer, any device you're playing Fortnite on. You're going to go to the shop, you're going to buy something, and it's going to ask if you have a creator code. If you do, it's PWU NLIMITED. Kevin Abreu. If you would follow us on social media, that is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky. We already posted about that. WWE did cancel the WWE Late Night with Tony Hinchcliffe show. Also, Mike Goldberg, I've never met Hulk Hogan. What are you asking? Do you remember you Hulk Hogan? Do you meet him? No, I've never met Hulk Hogan. Not sure why you're asking, do I remember when I met Hogan when I've never met Hogan? But some of these bit donations really fast from Esports Gaming Rules. He said, great speech by Triple H and great Hulk Hogan video tribute narrated by Triple H. Yes, loved it. I saw one guy say, oh, this was... Actually, I'll read you the comment on Instagram. This guy was a fucker. He literally said, this was very plain and boring. They could have done much more. Very disappointing. First off, no, it wasn't plain and boring. It literally highlighted all of Hogan's big moments. And two, they had a day. They had less than 24 hours to crank this thing out. Well, I tweeted back at the guy or commented back at the guy and go, you do better in less than a day. Not like they had multiple days or weeks to work on it. No. And for them to actually have Triple H narrate it too, I was expecting just a video with music. Just a collage slideshow deal with music. No, they even had Triple H overlay audio and narrate it. That was more than I expected. Kudos on them. He said it was good that the WWE Universe were chanting Hogan, despite what happened at the Raw on Netflix debut. Yeah, I was a little scared because the backlash that we've seen on social media as well, as far as people going, oh, fuck Hogan, I don't like Hogan, screw Hogan, and people like praising, finally this racist is dead. Like, what? We had multiple people in WWE on that ramp while that tribute was going on crying. We had Bruce Pritchard crying. We had Gerald Briscoe was there crying. Angelo Dawkins was there visibly upset and crying. So it's like, I'm just glad that it was a positive crowd for Hogan and that they didn't have people try to hijack this and turn it into something for themselves. He also says that TLC announcement is going to make the Hardys and Dudleys proud. Sure, I guess. I mean, honestly, the TLC we had right after WrestleMania on Smackdown, now that was a banger. And now we're just adding to that match. Ooh, boy. He also says, hope someone from WWE and TKO will talk what went wrong officially with Travis Scott before SummerSlam. Jelly Roll is officially WWE's plan B for Travis Scott problems. So, yes and no. From what I have heard, yes, there was a falling out between WWE and Travis Scott. Like, Travis Scott was even supposed to be in the video game, and they yanked him. They said, nope, not anymore. So, I don't know what the falling out is. They're not going to speak about it, at least not before SummerSlam. Maybe if somebody asks Triple H at the SummerSlam press conference, hey, what happened with Travis Scott? Maybe he'll give us an answer. But that's, I think, the only way WWE will even mention anything is if he's asked by the media at the SummerSlam post-show. Other than that, I don't see WWE making any sort of reference to, well, Travis Scott was supposed to be on SummerSlam. Travis Scott was supposed to work this show. It was supposed to be Travis Scott and maybe Bad Bunny. As far as Jelly Roll does go, I think Jelly Roll, you can call him a plan B, but Jelly Roll has actually been basically annoying Triple H for a couple years now. Hey, brother, when can you get me in the ring? Hey, come on, when can I get in the ring? And Triple H just keeps telling him, lose a little more weight, come back to me. Lose a little more weight, come back to me. And he says every time he loses a good amount of weight, he reaches out to Triple H. Triple H's like, oh, you're almost there. A little bit more, a little bit more. And they apparently had a good talk at Mania this year. Him, Jelly Roll, and whoever else. To where Jelly Roll's like, I'm at this weight. I'm ready. Let's go. Triple H then was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. They brought him to the PC. They threw him in a ring just to see if he was even, fit yet, like able and capable. And he blew everybody's mind. So I think whatever we're getting here with Jelly Roll, this match with Jelly Roll teaming with Randy Orton to take on the team of Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre is going to be far and away leaps and bounds better than anything we probably would have got with Travis Scott. Now, we know Travis Scott did a little bit of training at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. But as far as that goes, we don't know how well it was going, what his progression was, if he was any good. We know that Jelly Roll's good because everyone's been praising the hell out of Jelly Roll. Like, he's been going to the PC many, many days a week, training there first thing in the morning. He said that Matt Bloom is his main coach right now, but he's gotten in the ring with guys like Jacob Fatu. He's had Kevin Owens there with him. He's had The Undertaker and Michelle McCool watching his stuff for hours on end, giving him pointers and tips and all that. So he's in good hands, and it sounds like he's doing very well in his training, and he's putting the work in. So that's the thing. But yeah, he also, I already read that one. But as far as SmackDown does go, like I stated, they opened it up with a tribute to Hulk Hogan. Triple H spoke for a moment, and then they did a 10-bell salute. WWE then ran a, like I said, 7-minute video tributing Hogan as well, and then the show finally began. So once back from the break, Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett briefly talked about Hulk Hogan and what he means to this business before they were interrupted by Logan Paul. And I thought Logan was a little off here as far as he comes down in the ring. He's like, yeah, you're chanting it. Let's go, Logan. Let's go, Logan. Come on, guys. You were just doing it 5 minutes ago. Let's go, Logan. And I get he's trying to be a heel. And I get he's trying to make the segment about himself. And he's not wrong per se. But if it was any other chance that sounded like let's go, Logan, cool. But not the let's go, Hogan ones as they're chanting and tributing the dead guy. Maybe that was too insensitive way to say it. The man that just passed away. So that I was kind of just like, Logan, you missed that one. That I bet you anything that was not scripted for him. And he was just like, oh, I got an opportunity here. I got an idea. I'm going to go with it. And just ran with it. Like it wasn't bad, but I felt like it was like, oh, little much. Anyways, he's down there. He's talking crap about Jelly Roll and everything and the match that they're going to have at SummerSlam. And finally, he is interrupted by Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll comes out and said that the only thing Paul inspired were, quote, little asshole kids filming themselves, well, being assholes. I thought that was funny as shit. You know that Cleveland did not like Paul at all. And the impulsive TV host got him to shut up. Paul put himself and Drew McIntyre over as the two most impressive men in all of WWE. He talked about how Jelly Roll is trying to come into his business when he has no right to do so. He then asked Jelly Roll who the hell he thinks he is. And Jelly responded, I'm the guy that's going to put Paul in a body bag and ship him back to Westlake. Jelly then called Paul a silver spoon kid who never had to work for anything, doesn't know what it's like to be like these people, to come from nothing and make something of yourself. He's like the people, unlike Logan. Jelly talked about how he was a WWE fan his entire life and how this company represented him and, quote, every single one of us. Jelly Roll here cutting hell of a promo. We've seen him do some acting stuff in the past, so it's like we know he can act pretty well. And this came off just so smooth, cool, genuine, just like it didn't sound like he was trying to deliver lines like Logan does sometimes. Because Logan tries to sometimes too hard be the heel. But Jelly discussed how this story has inspired millions upon millions of people. And he called Logan Paul, quote, soft as Charmin. That popped me as well. And he's nothing more than a prime peddling punk ass bitch. Look at the little one-liners here by Jelly Roll. Now, I wonder if he came up with these or if they wrote them for him. Either way, great one-liners. Drew McIntyre entered the ring, and they tried to intimidate Jelly Roll being basically outnumbered. And Jelly looks at both of them and goes, you think I came here alone? You really think I came here alone tonight? No, I did not. Because I see voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. And then he put his mic up and the crowd went, they talk to me. And then Randy Orton's music hits and Orton comes out as well. And these four just start brawling and fighting and getting the better of each other until finally it's Randy Orton and Jelly Roll standing tall after Jelly Roll did hit Logan Paul. Looked like a twisting boss man slam, almost a black hole slam style move. Looked great. Looked freaking great. Jelly Roll is going to kill it at SummerSlam. I love how Logan Paul also stated to Jelly Roll, he's like, you know, in our match at SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre gets to tag in me and not have to be worried. But Randy Orton, he has to tag in you. I'm like, oh, that was a good line. Basically saying, I'm the trained pro wrestler. I'm this world. You're the outsider who ain't no good kind of thing. So I like that as well. But, you know, overall, this was a very, very well done, very good segment. If you weren't hyped for this match before, you best be now. Esports Gaming Rules with another bit donation. He says, we got Sammy versus Cross again at SummerSlam. That'll be the moment the WWE Universe finds out Cross stays at WWE or goes when we find if Cross gets re-signed. So, yes and no. Because I see Sami Zayn winning this match. This is the rubber match. They've each won one. Whether Cross wins, loses, and whatnot means nothing for his contract, because I don't see whether he re-signs or not. I don't see Karrion Kross winning this match. I see Sami picking up the win, winning the feud, moving on, and going to bigger, better things. And so with all of that, yes, Kross's contract is up soon. I don't know if it's up August 1st, August 5th, August 12th. We don't know what date, but we just know that his contract is up sometime in August. So saying that this match is going to show us that he's re-signed, how? Why? Because if he wins? No. I don't think re-signed or not, he's winning. So I think you're a little off there, Esports Gaming Rules. I get where you're coming from, but I think you're just a smidge little off on that one. We then got a video from Andrade and Rey Fenix discussing their chances against the Wyatt Six tonight in the WWE Tag Team Championship match main event. We then had Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. I didn't see where it happened, but Alexa did get busted open as far as like her nose, bleeding from the nose. And it was weird because like during them or at the end of the match, bleeding just a little bit, you know, coming out the nose, a little on top of the mouth. Then later she's sitting in the back and like she had it all smeared on her face. So I don't know, but Bliss went for consecutive easy roll-ups on Perez early to no avail. Perez slammed can't speak. Perez slammed Bliss's head down onto the mat to gain momentum. Bliss did get angry here and she threw Perez into the corner, and the action then eventually spilled to the outside. After a commercial break, Bliss was mounting a comeback and Perez tried to unleash some fury as well. They were both going at it kind of even here. Perez did a flipping neck breaker and lined up for a Sister Abigail DDT. Perez raked Bliss in the eyes, which allowed Rodriguez to interfere with a strike to Bliss. Perez then headed to the top for a moonsault and connected. Cover though. She went for the cover, and Bliss kicked out as Flair threw Rodriguez over the timekeeper's area, and they start fighting. Rodriguez then recovered, and kicked Flair in the face on the outside. Bliss had Perez dead to rights with a twisted Bliss, but she leapt outside instead to take out Raquel. Bliss then tried to enter back into the ring where Perez would grab her, roll her, 1, 2, 3, bada bing, bada boom, grab the ropes, pin her. There you go. So again, I didn't see where Alexa got busted open here or got her nose smacked, but she was bleeding from the nose at the end, and Roxanne beats her with the roll-up and grabbing the ropes for leverage. Fun little match here. I thought it was a great opener. Not bad at all. Afterwards, Kathy Kelly interviewed Jade Cargill. Chelsea Green appeared and talked trash about Cargill. Unbeknownst to Green, Cargill was behind her and attacked her as she dragged her to the ring, and we got an impromptu match. Now, I want to talk about Chelsea Green for a minute because she spoke about Hogan yesterday, and fans have been dragging her on social media ever since. So let's pull up this tweet that she sent. She's one of the best in WWE. Oh, snap. Going to Twitter, and I see the people of fucking Comic-Con got to see an early episode of fucking King of the Hill. Oh, am I jealous? I was already jealous seeing that they recreated like the Megalomart parking lot and stuff. Oh, man, am I jealous. Anyways, Chelsea Green. Sorry. I got sidetracked on Twitter and King of the Hill because that's like one of my favorite things ever. So Chelsea Green did send out this tweet, and I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. It does say, quote, and she also, as you can see, removed her photo. It says, quote, I've tried to keep my page positive and comedic, but today a lot changed, and it hit harder than I expected. The name calling, the death threats, the faceless accounts. Social media was supposed to be a fun place, and it hasn't been for a while. It's been overwhelming, and I need to step away from it for a little bit. Love, my Patriots. XO, President Chells. So it's really unfortunate that she's having to go through this, that she's having to deal with these just lame people on social media that are now dragging her. I don't know if this is all because she spoke highly of Hogan yesterday, but it's just very unfortunate that she's got to go through this. She feels like she's got to pull herself off of social media. She was retweeting some things tonight throughout the show of people like talking nice about her during SmackDown. But then once she sent out that tweet where she's like, I'm done, I'm going away for a while, she stopped retweeting stuff. So it is, again, very unfortunate and just messed up. Especially the people that are out there with the faceless accounts that think, oh, I'm just going to go out there and say whatever I want, talk shit to whoever I want because they can't come back to me. No one's going to know who I am. Yeah, no. There are ways to find out. Trust me. I got ways. I know people with easy ways. You don't put your location, you don't put your face or your real name, you can still be figured out. So, just saying, you go a little too far and you're going to get got. So, just be better, people. We don't need any of this bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Be better, please. But back to SmackDown here. We did get an impromptu match, Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green. Not much really to it other than giving Jade a big win, or a win, I guess you would say. The match began before the break with Cargill hitting her pump kick on Green. As we resumed SmackDown, Cargill continued to dominate with splashes in the corner, followed by a one-handed chokeslam. On the apron, Elbow Fire provided a momentary distraction, which allowed Green to hit a jumping neck breaker and get a near fall. Green tried to deliver her unpretty her, but Cargill reversed it and finished her off in short matter. So there we go. She hits her with a Jaded and picks up the victory. Afterwards, the Secret Hervers pounced and attacked Cargill until, well, Tiffany Stratton would run out to actually make the save. SummerSlam opponents then cleared the ring of the Secret Hervers and kind of stood there for a second in a tense little moment with Jade even, I guess you could say, posing with the belt. So as we move forward backstage, Charlotte Flair attempted to give some words of encouragement. I guess you would call it to Alexa Bliss, basically saying, yeah, so what happened in your match tonight? You got your nose busted. Yeah, that can't happen at SummerSlam, or we're not going to win. So we need to tighten it up. Basically what she said. I was like, oh, okay. But then she said they could become true friends if they win the titles. So I'm like, oh, we're going to learn that she's just using Alexa. Maybe. Cody Rhodes comes down to the ring. He's got his new tracksuit that you can get on WWE Shop on. And he gets a loud reaction from the crowd. Cody walks out. He started by talking about Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan's death. He said there's a lot of complicated emotions going around right now, that his contributions to WWE and the world of sports entertainment can't be ignored. Rhodes then shifted gears by discussing the violence that was coming at SummerSlam in the street fight. He said that doing the right thing sometimes doesn't look like the right thing, and that what he did to John Cena last week was just a taste of what's to come. Rhodes said that he didn't want the John Cena who has been coming out here not trying, just not being real. He wants the John Cena that acknowledges Stu. He wants the John Cena that runs to the ring, that bleeds loyal hustlety and respect. He wants it all. So he and Cena can really see who's the best of them. The reason Rhodes wants to fight against the, quote, real John Cena was because he wanted to know if that story was a real one, and that the only person who had the answer was Cena himself. He said, I'll see you next week, and conclude the promo. So I guess that's saying, we know he'll probably be there, but I guess that's saying John will be there as well. It is the night before SummerSlam, so I assume they're both on the show to hype everything up. They're reportedly, assumedly, the match, the main event for night 2. We know they are night 2 officially, and I would assume they're the main event. Meltzer did state recently, Gunther Punk, night 1 main event, Cena Rhodes, night 2 main event. And we did learn, actually, talk about this for a second. SummerSlam card. We know on night 1, we will be getting Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Women's Tag Title match, the WWE Women's Title match, and the World Heavyweight Championship match. All those matches taking place on night 1, Saturday. Then on night 2, a little lighter because those are 6 matches. We got 5 for night 2. We got the IC title match, the Women's IC title match, the US title cage match, the Women's World Championship triple threat, and then the street fight with John Cena and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Only 5 matches on night 2 so far. So I assume that's where the TLC match gets added. Because A, all the tag matches so far on night 1, and B, night 2 has one less match. So I assume the 6-team TLC match goes to night 2. That's just my assumption. From what I've seen since SmackDown went off the air, WWE has not stated so. So Jacob Fatu addressed last week's events that involved Solo Sikoa's attempt to frame him up. Fatu warned Solo that he was going to dog walk his ass at SummerSlam inside that cage. Then the Miz shows up. Miz is back. Miz is there. We saw earlier in the show, I forgot to mention, he was in the back talking with Solo. He claimed that he was, quote, the main character and got himself a match against Fatu tonight. And I'm like, Miz, are you dumb? Miz then brazenly slapped Fatu across the face and walked off. And I'm like, again, Miz, are you dumb? Also, Black and Damian Priest traded barbs. And then we learned that they got a match next week on Smackdown. This then led to the Miz versus Jacob Fatu. Fatu rocked Miz early with a running spinning elbow. Lived up to his boast prior to the match and began dog walking Miz early on. Eventually, Solo and the MFTs would come out to just watch it ringside early on. After a commercial break, Fatu was fighting back against the Miz, flooring him with a clothesline followed by a running senton. In the corner, Fatu teed off on the Miz with repeated headbutts. Fatu rocked Miz out with a hip attack as the MFTs pulled Miz out of the ring. This prompted Fatu to respond with a dive to the outside, which nearly took everybody out. Speaking of teed off really fast, all I'm going to say is I didn't like Happy Gilmore 2. I didn't find it funny. It was mildly entertaining at best. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't care for it. I watched it. I sat there. I smirked a couple of times going, huh, huh, but I never laughed or anything. So for me, I don't want to call it a dud, but if I'm going to score it, I give a 2 out of 5 at best, if even that. And the last movie I gave something that low was that John Cena Idris Elba movie that I gave a 1.5 star. So this is right there, 1.5, 2 star. It's not good. I've seen a lot of people praising it online. And it seems like, a lot of people liked it, but it wasn't for me. Too much trying to just recreate the first movie with a new story that was dumb as shit. I didn't like the new storyline at all. No spoilers here, but it's he hasn't golfed in 10 years because of what happens at the beginning of the movie. And then we know from the trailers, he's got to golf again because, his daughter needs money for ballet school. I don't know. It's whatever. I didn't care for it, though. But back into this match, Fatu threw Miz in the ring and finished him off with the Papa Samoan drop. However, the Samoan Werewolf did not have any time for celebration as he got immediately ambushed by the MFTs. Jimmy Uso then came out to try to even up the odds with a steel chair. He cleared past Tonga Loa and JC Mateo, but Tala Tonga withstood Uso's attack and took him down. Fatu recovered and managed to fend off the MFTs one by one, which left Sikoa alone in the ring and prone in the corner. Fatu then trapped Sikoa and wrapped Sikoa with a chair around his neck and looked to deliver the vicious hip attack, but Tala Tonga entered the fray and floored Fatu with the clothesline. There's a choke slam by Tala Tonga as well, who was soon followed by Sikoa delivering a Samoan spike. So they got the better of Jacob. I think he wins the pay-per-view, though. Street Profits and DIY had a disagreement backstage as Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa said that they had a plan for the Wyatt Six after the main event. We finally got the on-screen return, on SmackDown at least, of Kiana James. Now, we did see her on main event, but she was here tonight with Julia. She's Julia's official representation, so I guess she's Julia's manager. And basically, Zelina wanted a match for the title. And she said, yeah, we already knew you would, so you'll get it next week. So I guess next week we are getting Zelina Vega challenging Julia for the women's U.S. title, which means even though she said that she really wanted to be on one of these nights of SummerSlam, Julia will not be competing at SummerSlam. She said she'd be heartbroken, I think is what she said, if she wasn't working SummerSlam, and well, she's not, unfortunately, which I kind of assumed with the way WWE has booked mid-card titles, where it's they put a couple on the pay-per-views, but they always save 1 or 2 for that SmackDown before. so they can give that SmackDown the rub with the title match. They used to do it all the time with Gunther and the IC title. He wouldn't defend at the pay-per-view, but he'd be the big attraction, the big draw for the SmackDown the night before with his IC title on the line. So this leads us to our main event. And before we get to the main event, we got to talk about our sponsor, AE Cooley. Does the summer heat got you sweating through your shirt before noon? Maybe it's time to chill with an AE Cooley handheld fan. This pocket-sized powerhouse is your secret weapon against scorching temps. Whether catching rays listening to music or just looking to get a great tan, it brings the breeze right when you need it. With 3-speed settings, a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 10 hours, and a whisper quiet motor, the AE Cooley fan delivers cool comfort without the buzz or bulk. Toss it in your bag, clip it to your desk, or have it right by your side at all times. It's compact, stylish, and oh so convenient. So why melt when you can breeze through summer? Use our link in the description below, scan the QR code on the screen, or head over to pwunlimited.co/AE Cooley. That's AECOOLY now for coolin' in the palm of your hand. Elite, I would say yes, it is wrong that you can't tell the Samoans apart and know their names because they don't even look alike. None of them look alike. Not even the Usos, the twins, look alike anymore. Like, if someone tries to tell me, I don't know which one's Jimmy and which one's Jay, then you're dumb. Because Jimmy and Jay look nothing alike anymore. It's just like the Bellas. The Bellas are easy to tell apart as well. As far as this main event does go, when I looked at the clock and said, oh, we only got 10 minutes. Yeah, this ain't going well. This ain't going well. Like 10 minutes and the champions hadn't even come out yet. I knew this was not going well. And the match was just so-so. By the time the Wyatts even came out, we only had like 7-8 minutes left in the show. But Phoenix started things off with Gacy. He and Andrade looked to have good chemistry as they have the last couple of weeks. The two had Gacy and Lumis draped across the middle ropes if they were going to double team on them, and they did. Andrade went right away for the Three Amigos as things did pick up immensely with Lumis pulling Phoenix off the top rope. This allowed Gacy to hit his signature handspring into a lariat against Phoenix, which took us to the final commercial break of the evening. I'm like, why the hell are we going to a break? There's like 10 minutes left. Listen, 10 minutes in this show, but we did. We returned, and Phoenix was connected with a super kick against Lumis, who was the legal man of the White Six. At one point, Andrade looked for the message, but Gacy reversed it, and Lumis tagged in and got him a helping dose of double team on Andrade. Phoenix tried to interject, but he got thrown aside. Andrade countered the assisted power bomb of the Wyatt Six with double knees. Phoenix then leapt to the outside to eliminate Lumis at ringside. This allowed Andrade to deliver the message and go for the pin on Gacy. 1, 2, yoink. Ref gets pulled out. The ref gets pulled out by Nikki Cross, and she just like, oh, fuck this. Match is over. Ding, 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 boom. DQ. The Wyatts have been DQ'd, but because the Wyatts have been DQ'd, they're still the champions. Which it's like, I'm not a big fan of that, but I get it. I don't know. No titles change hand on a DQ, which is kind of cheap for heels to do that, but whatever. Eric Rowan then enters the ring, and he takes down Andrade before Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns run out to try to take down the big man and chop down the Redwood. The two teams do get beat down by Rowan before they recover and bring the fight back to him. Street Profits then come out and join the fray. DIY run out as well, and Nick Aldis finally comes out with a bunch of security and stuff and goes, you know what? Screw it. You know, I'm tired of this. All you guys fighting and not listening to the order and whatnot. So how about we do this? At SummerSlam, I'm going to take those tag titles and I'm going to hang them up high, and you all can battle for them in a TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs. We're ending this at SummerSlam. And I go, woo, boy. Hell yeah. I am excited. I am hyped. Everyone dogging on Meltzer. Meltzer don't know what he's talking about. He got the whole card wrong. Well, Meltzer was the one that said TLC match and nobody else did. Yes, Meltzer did get a couple things wrong, but here's the thing. Meltzer said, oh, Alexa and Charlotte are going to face each other. That's not happening. He said it was going to be singles matches. Roman and Breaker, Jay, and Bronson Reed. Well, Meltzer also stated that he got that info at the end of last month. and that plans changed. And those weren't even like the card, it were matches that had been pitched. But he also did state a big TLC match with multiple teams for the SmackDown tag titles. And that happened. So we got one right. But yeah, overall, it was a very lackluster match with a very good ending to the show to hype up a potentially hell of a match. Because if these teams work half as hard, 3/4 as hard as they did in that SmackDown TLC match at SummerSlam, oh my God, is this match going to be amazing. This is going to be loads of fun. With that, that is everything that did take place on SmackDown. As far as what I thought, you know what I thought. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought as we go and refresh these polls really fast. Bada bing, bada boom. 1, 2, 3. As far as the threads poll does go, 56% liked the show, 39% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. As far as the Twitter X poll does go, 72% liked the show, 13% thought it was just all right, and 13% didn't like it. Looking at the community poll, 81% liked this show, 15% thought it was just all right, and 4% didn't like it. As far as the live poll does go, 83% liked the show, 12% thought it was just all right, and 4% didn't like it. And finally, everybody that voted on Twitch said it was just all right. Interesting. Also, I do want to plug one thing. I haven't read all of it, but I did start reading it. Dave Meltzer wrote a fantastic bio on Hulk Hogan in the Observer this week. In like a day, he wrote 15,000 words. Shit, you not. Let me see. How many words is it? I can pull it up. If you dog on Dave for anything, you can't dog on Dave for his what do you call it? For his writing skills when it comes to like the history and especially his obituary writing. Like when he writes obits about wrestlers that have passed away, there's not many better in the world of pro wrestling and wrestling media that can write those than Dave. And maybe it's just because he's been around for so long and has seen it all, but let me see. How many words did he actually write on Hogan? Let's see. He wrote and it froze on me because I'm trying to scroll too fast. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he wrote a butt ton. I saw somebody say it was like 15,000 words, and that's in less than 24 hours. He wrote that. Let's see. He wrote, let me put this into a document word counter. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Let's go here, here, and here. Elite says, how the hell Tony Khan going to ignore Hogan death? Yeah, AEW hasn't posted anything about it. We'll see if they have a graphic ahead of Collision tomorrow night, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't. So he wrote, how many pages is this? Holy shit. So a normal like 12-point font. Dave wrote 61 pages on Hogan. And where's the word counter? Word count. Holy shit. Word count. 29,864 words about Hogan. Jesus Christ. Dave wrote in less than a day because the Observer was out overnight last night. We didn't know about Hogan's passing till like 11:30, 12 o'clock yesterday Pacific time. So yeah, he probably wrote this in like 15 hours or less. God damn. 29,000 words on Hogan. 29,000 words on Hogan. That is wild. Again, that is, I want to say Dave's bread and butter is writing the history pieces on wrestlers that have passed away. So if you do have a subscription to the Wrestling Observer, I would highly recommend go reading that. I may be 25, 30% through it. I was trying to read it off and on throughout the day. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. We'll be back live on, I want to say Monday for Monday Night Raw. I was trying to think if there's any wrestling shows this weekend, but we got a weekend off. We'll be back live on Monday. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, guys. All right.